Okay, so today we are going to do another movie review. And this one I actually watched last night, so it's going to be nice and fresh in my mind. I'm sorry, I always forget to look at the camera. It's so awkward because it's over here instead of like in front. I feel like I should be looking this way. But I know that when it's filmed it looks really bad, so I'll just, maybe I should start sitting like this. Does that look good? How does that look? Okay, so anyway, we're doing Semi-Pro with Will Ferrell. So basically, I went to a game last night with the girls, and it was really, really hot, and we had to walk 45 minutes there and 45 minutes back, and it was just this big thing. So when I came home, I was just tired and exhausted. I think we got home at like 9:30, and I was just ready to lay in bed and have a drink and just go to sleep. So I ran home, I took a shower, I put the girls in the bath, and then I did that. And this movie, like, I was ready for, if you guys have seen my Napoleon Dynamite review, Napoleon Dynamite is one of those movies where you just kind of want to lay back and relax and just watch something that's, nothing big's gonna happen. You can just kind of fall asleep to it. And that's not saying anything bad about Napoleon Dynamite. Ghost! Not saying anything bad about Napoleon Dynamite. I like that movie. It's just one of those things where you have to be in the mood to just sit and watch something really slow and uneventful happen. I think Semi-Pro is kind of the same. I watched it because I knew it wasn't going to be actiony or big or, I know it's a comedy, but it's not like, you know, it's not like that kind of comedy. What was that? So anyway, I put it in and I was watching it, and I've only seen it once before. Again, guys, see, I fiddle. I've only seen it once before, and let's see. Okay, so first things first, it's got Will Ferrell in it, and then it's got Andre 2000 right there, and it's got Woody Harrelson, and I freaking love Woody Harrelson. I really, really do. I like Andre too, but I mean, as a musician, I don't really think, I think he's done, like, I don't know. I know he's done more than this movie. He's done a few movies, and he is a good actor, don't get me wrong, but he's just not, I don't know. I feel like he's typecast, and that's just not fair. I don't like when Hollywood does that. Unless it's like it makes sense. Like Anna Faris is kind of typecast, but it sort of makes sense because she's really good at it. And even though it's the same role every time, it's like a different role every time. Does that make sense? Okay, so anyway, yeah, so my point was, I think Andre 2000 is actually, I know he's a musician, but I feel like he could actually act in different roles also. And so I just don't think it's fair that they always give him that sort of sidekicky kind of like stereotypical, like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't, yeah. Okay, so anyway, so I watched Semi-Pro last night, and you're either a fan of Will Ferrell or not a fan of Will Ferrell. Like, I know a lot of people, especially guys, tend to say like they don't like Will Ferrell because, again, he plays the exact same character in every single role. And it's not like it's a different character, but it's the same. It's like, even his own personal, like, sort of shtick, like, he does the same thing. I don't know if you saw, there was an awards show one time where he had brought his kids on, and it was literally like, it was the same thing you see in every single movie. The only movie that he's ever done that I particularly liked that I can think of off the top of my head was Elf. I did like Elf, but I honestly found his character in that annoying. But that's not what we're here to review, so I just did 4 minutes of not the movie I came to review. As you can tell, I don't like this movie. Like, I'm trying really hard to find good things to say, and it's difficult. So I'll just tell you what the movie is about. So basically, Will Ferrell plays the guy Jackie. Now, the beginning of the movie is kind of confusing because he's like a washed-up celebrity. Like, he's got this one song, Sexy Something. Love Me Sexy. And so he plays it constantly, and he owns like this basketball team, but it's like really low on the podium. It's not NBA either. It's like semi-pro. Well, it's semi-pro. So it's like really low on the podium, and he's trying to like get it to the NBA, and like only like 50 people come to watch, and he does this big production and everything. And so at the beginning I was thinking like he's stuck in the 70s. But I think the movie is actually set in the 70s because that's just the look of the entire movie. So the first part was kind of confusing to me. Like I said, I had seen this movie again before, but when I watched it again last night, it was not what I remembered it being. And I actually remembered it being funnier. My tooth hurts all of a sudden, I'm sorry. I actually remember it being funnier the first time. So when I watched it this time, it fell short for me. The jokes, I don't think I laughed once, but again, I was really, really tired when I watched it. So he's trying to get this NBA team up to NBA, or not NBA. He's trying to get this basketball team up to NBA status, and like there's all this. It's not even a good story. Like, so only 4 teams are going to be in the NBA, and he wants to be one of them. He wants to merge into the NBA, and he's just, like I said, the same character you always see Will Ferrell with, where the jokes are more so the fact that he's yelling. Like, the jokes aren't funny. It's just that he's yelling, and that's supposed to make you laugh. It's kind of like when you watch a sitcom and they play the laugh track, and so it's like, even though they didn't even say something funny, like, you kind of chuckle because they have a laugh track, so you think, like, oh, that was supposed to be funny, and then you realize, like, that wasn't funny. That's kind of what it's like. So, and then Woody Harrelson, who does give a great performance, by the way. His acting in this movie is like it always is. Like, he's really good in this movie. He's probably the only character you actually believe. So, he's, like, in love with this girl. They don't go into the story detail. Like, I guess he's in love with her, but for whatever reason they broke up because he wanted to follow his basketball career. So, he's following her along, and then, like, she's dating somebody that apparently is sort of, like, fanatic about him. So, it just gets really weird, and if you watch the movie, you'll see what I'm talking about. Like, and they don't really give the backstory, so it doesn't make sense. They expect you to just know. And so, they have to put on, like, they have to have 4,000 fans in the stadium, and they have to be, like within the 4 top teams to be able to merge with the NBA. And I'd like to say that in the middle of all this, there's, like, funny moments here and there and jokes and stuff, but honestly, I just did not like this movie at all. It definitely helped to fall asleep. Usually when I have a DVD, I watch the movie and then I immediately want to watch, like, all the DVD extras and the outtakes and everything else. This one, I was so happy when it was over, I cut it off and went straight to bed. It's only about an hour and a half long. So I think this is on Netflix. I'm nearly certain this is on Netflix. So if you have Netflix, it would be free. You could go ahead and check it out there. As far as renting it, honestly, like, I wouldn't even waste $1 on this movie, and I did, obviously. But, the council gives it 2 thumbs down, guys. This movie is, I guess I was tired. I don't know. Now, there's an unrated version on the DVD. Maybe I could watch that again. I don't know. And, you know, see if I change my mind. But I just thought this movie was awful. It was so awful. It was... Yeah, so 2 thumbs down, guys. If you have seen this movie and you think that I should give it another chance when I'm not sleepy, then shoot me a comment. And I hope this DVD review helped. And the council has spoken! I like doing that. Sorry if you have headphones. Okay, so bye, kids.